Good morning, it's Kurt from Norway Hill Home Inspections. And just a reminder, we are in October and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We are donating $10 off from every inspection to breast cancer research and awareness. So please make our phones ring. We want to definitely give a large donation to the breast cancer fight. So on to today's topic. Today we're going to talk about ways that you can save energy on your home. As we're coming into the heating season, we start thinking about the energy use and the fuel costs as we're getting into winter. So one of the simplest and easiest, let the sun do the work. If you have got southern exposure, please open your shades and curtains fully during the day. Let that low sun peek through those windows and heat that side of the house up. That will greatly reduce the amount of fuel you'll need on those nice warm sunny days. The other item that you can do is lower your thermostat a little bit and bundle up. Wear some flannel, wear a sweatshirt. They do say that every time you can reduce your thermostat by, I believe it's 1 degree, you save 2% on energy. So if you can drop it down, 1 or 2 degrees and just throw a warmer sweater or something on, that will help you with your fuel use. Ceiling fans. We're used to having them blow down on us in the summertime to keep that air moving. If we reverse the ceiling fan and have it uplift, it's going to take that warm air that's near the top of the ceiling and distribute it evenly throughout the home. I do this in my home. I tend to heat the first floor with pellet, and it's in the living room. When I turn my ceiling fan in the opposite direction, I get heat movement throughout the entire first floor, and it actually keeps it pretty comfortable throughout the winter months. When I get down 10, 20 below zero, I may notice it get a little cooler in the mudroom. So we don't hang out in the mudroom very long during that time of year. Programmable thermostats. Let them adjust down at night. We don't want to go down so far that it takes more energy to bring it back up, but we can set it back 5 to 7, 8 degrees at nighttime when we're all in bed and under those nice flannel sheets. And then I usually set mine to come back up about an hour before I'm set to get up. Only heat the rooms that you use. If you're able to close off radiators and force the heat into the rooms that you're using, you'll cut down your fuel use. You can do that with both hot air and forced hot water. Most of the radiators that I see do have a flap that you can close so it doesn't release as much heat into the air. With the older steam systems, there is a valve that you can throttle down the amount of steam that's going into that radiator, so those rooms will stay a little bit cooler. Especially for this time of year, get your furnace serviced. Make sure that they change the filter, they upgrade the nozzle. If you've got a propane system, make sure the air-fuel mixture is right. Get it running at the beginning of season so it runs as efficient as possible throughout the heating season. Also, a humidifier. Moist air feels warmer than dry air. So have a humidifier going, especially if you have any type of alternative heating, such as a pellet stove or a wood stove. They tend to dry the air out, where a humidifier can re-energize that air and actually make it feel warmer for you. If you're in an older home, invest in some insulation, and I would say insulation and air sealing. If you've only got one place to spend money on insulation, I recommend going up into the attic. You should have 12 to 18 inches of good insulation. Many of the older homes only have 6, 8, maybe 10 inches of insulation. So adding another layer is relatively inexpensive, and you get really quick payback on it. As far as air sealing, on a kind of a breezy day, put your hand in front of all your outlets. Doors, light switches, stuff like that. If you can feel a breeze, go to the hardware store, get one of those gaskets that fit right over or fit just inside the cover, and you'll be amazed at how much air you will save. I know in my home I have a built-in wall air conditioner, so we got a pleated blanket that we put over the front of the air conditioning unit, and that has greatly increased the warmth in the living room. So another alternative, especially for older windows, maybe you have the older single pane, which I love, the wavy glass, save the wavy glass. You can get You can either put a blanket over it, or if you still want to be able to see out of it, they have some really neat shrink wrap. You can attach it, and then you take a hair dryer and it shrinks it up and makes it nice and clean. I did this in a building that I used to manage, and we were able to drop the heating requirements by about 20% just by doing that one little trick. So we've talked an awful lot about heat. We can also talk about electricity as we're getting into the holiday season. LED lights, so if you're going to decorate, it might be time to invest in some newer LED lighting for your decorations. They do not get anywhere near as hot as some of the older incandescent, so they can be safer from a fire safety standpoint, and they also use way less electricity, so that you can still decorate to the nines and not have to worry about your electric bill following suit. We also do prefer LED lighting in all of the rooms, particularly closets. Closet lights can get left on, and the LED light will not heat up like an incandescent and possibly be a fire hazard. So not only are we making the home safer, but we're making them more energy efficient. So we hope those little tips will help you make your home a little bit more comfortable during the upcoming winter season, as well as make it a little bit more energy efficient and put that money to good use. Thank you. Talk soon.